Virgo, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channel messages that come through. So let's get into it. It is Gemini season. We just had a new moon in Gemini. New moons are a great time to set new intentions, really just to kind of like put our best foot forward, right? Like take a reevaluation, what's going on in our life, what's going on in our world, how can we make adjustments accordingly? Gemini season deals with communication, like day-to-day activities, travel, people we interact with on a daily basis, essentially, and how that really either helps or hinders our life, right? And we're in this space where there is a lot changing, whether we want it to or not. Pluto moving into Aquarius. Pluto is also in retrograde until mid-October. So again, highlighting where those changes are appropriate in our life. And not all the easiest. It's kind of been a slow go. The lessons have been taking a long time, or we kind of feel like we've been sitting in them for a long time. So it does feel a little arduous and annoying. But what I like about Gemini season is it's a little bit more active. There's more going on. There's more that's kind of opening up opportunities, things that feel good, that are grounding. It feels like stabilizing is what I'm hearing. It might not be the most comfortable because of all those transitions that are taking place, but it feels a little bit more supported if we're stepping in the right direction. That's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles that might be coming through. It's a great time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, on your soul. Definitely give that over to spirit. Especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, on your soul, definitely give that over to spirit. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc. Or if you're more interested in a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of feeling good, feeling self-aware, understanding who we are and what we want, that's where we're manifesting that happiness and abundance from. And I would love to help support that in whatever way. If you're interested, definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me, Virgo, is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so I may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love. Okay, Virgo. You feel a little bit nervous about something this week. It feels like I don't know, you're nervous about something. You feel good, but you feel nervous. It's hitting these points of worth and value, where maybe you aren't feeling good enough. Well, sorry, I said that a bajillion times, not intentional, but yeah, it's just you're questioning yourself, right? You're questioning your value. There's some things that I feel have been going on that now you're seeing it differently. You have a different perspective. I feel you have a little bit more of a grounded perspective, but there still takes a lot of trust. And you want to make sure that you are keeping your boundaries up is what it looks like. If things are going to be this way, then you expect certain things. And I think this is making you a little bit nervous. Yeah, like in your blocked energy, there's questioning of, is like there's someone or something else feeding into this dynamic? Let's look and see how this plays out in the tarot, because this looks a little bit heavy. But again, like it might be a questioning of yourself if you've made the right decision. And that's the thing. Okay, so this actually makes a little bit more sense. It looks like you're waiting. I think your fear is strongly coming through this week because you are kind of letting go. You are kind of surrendering and releasing some level of control. You're making changes with how you approach a situation, but you're still maintaining some really strong boundaries. And it does look like on some level you're rolling the dice. You know, you're trusting someone, something, and I don't know. I feel like you want to make sure everything is as it says it is. It looks like you're making steps, and I think that's really positive. You are pretty hesitant. I can just feel it. Like your energy went from like worried and nervous to kind of like very practical, analytical. Like you're standing in your power in a huge way, Virgo. But it's a lot of pieces to uphold, right? It's a lot of things to juggle is what I'm hearing, right? Like standing in your power isn't necessarily an easy thing. It doesn't mean like we can't necessarily give way to every thought, whim, and fancy that we have, right? And anxiety, fear is a real thing. There's something that you're nervous about, right? Like what is this love spell, and making sure that it's not something that is illusional, right? Like, yeah, like something that's presenting itself to be something that it's not, right? Interesting. There's a lot of good energy around you. I don't know if you're just not trusting it this week, if you're having a hard time. Maybe something's coming out where you need to make changes. And, it goes from a good energy to like a worried energy is what I'm seeing. And again, like you're really fighting this part of yourself, but you're in this space where like you have to make changes, or that's really what's coming through for you strongly. It looks like some of these worries and fears, even though like you're not taking immediate action on them. I feel like you're putting them off. They're still there. So be mindful of that, Virgo. Like don't let things sit and fester. It does look like it's important to look at things, right? Okay, so because 8 of Swords is when we're blindfolding ourselves. It's this message that in the traditional deck, she's surrounded by 8 swords, and she could easily cut off her blindfold with one of those swords, right? But she chooses not to. And so it's basically the places that we put up those mental blocks, limitations, that really actually truly can be a little bit difficult for us in the long run. And maybe you're kind of fine to put it on the back burner right now. Maybe that's all you can give. I want to look at, yeah, okay. So this like fear, it's a lot of fear that's running the way you're thinking about things right now is basically what it's saying. And you have the power, Virgo, to kind of decide whether you want to put energy into this thing or not, right? Because like I said, there are good things here, but if it's not even that you're unable to see it, you see it, but I think there's something about this that either you feel off about or smells off. You know, Leo had a similar energy. Like sometimes it's just good to get some information. Sometimes it's good to ask some questions. And it looks like we have 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, messages, communication around you. Maybe people, situations willing to like give you the information that you need if you just have that conversation. I don't know, you know, because there's this part of you. I mean, here's the thing. Spirit is saying to, well, right, to take your time. If you feel like a decision needs to be made, I think you are taking a chance. It looks like it. It looks like you are kind of putting some stuff on the back burner for a little bit. I would just say don't let it sit there for too long. Don't let it sit there for too long and then kind of avoid things that do need to be addressed. I'm kind of feeling like maybe you just don't have the energy to right now. And maybe you're also like just worried about, I feel like it's like you're worried what you're going to find out, but I don't know. Well, yeah, that's how it comes through. I'm not going to really speak into that because I think it's a valid, legit fear, right? Sometimes that's just why we don't want to have information around certain things. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. We forget how powerful that can be. Like a simple compliment of gratitude. Hey, thank you so much for that. Or that really made me feel great when you did this or whatever. Like those things carry a lot of weight and so important, especially like to our loved ones, to the people around us. And also it helps lessen some of the fear, right? Like when we're not vibing out of that energy of appreciation and gratitude, you know, and not that we have to be like kissing someone's ass all day long, but this value of just like being appreciative of what's in front of us. Slow down 100%. I feel this energy for you. Take care of yourself, Virgo. You are the sign of health and well-being. So it is so important that you nurture yourself with love, self-care. Having a routine, Ayurveda is really huge into that, a daily routine, a morning routine, kind of practicing this energy of work and rest, right? Making sure that you're getting time to relax every day. The brain can only focus on something for like 90 minutes. And then it needs a 20-minute break. I like just learned that this week. I think that's fabulous, right? Like, because it is that value. If we do some work and then take a little break and do some work, we're way more productive, right? But it does look like you need a little bit of love and nurture. And slow down is the numerology of 9, which means that like we can be a little on the defensive, like we might be a little resistant to help or people around us, but it's also the reminder that like a cycle is ending. There is closure. Sometimes we just need to rest. We've been pushing for so long, and sometimes we do just need to slow down and rest and like be at peace with ourselves, our life, have gratitude for the good, and you know, try to process and leave behind like the not so good. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. Yeah, that's definitely been a theme in the collective this week, being a little bit more compassionate, right? Like, and it's hard. It's hard when we all have a bunch of things going on, right? We want to be empathetic to people, but sometimes we don't really understand or whatever, you know, or we're just more concerned with our own problems, not good, bad, right, or wrong. But I feel like this value of like slowing down and finding a little bit more empathy for whatever is being said, whatever you're so worried about, you know, kind of like being a little bit more empathetic to that. And I feel like it's going to help you soften, and more answers come in when we do, right? Like when we're all like tense, it's restriction, it's limitation. We don't really get clarity when we're in that mindset. But we totally do when we settle our nervous system down, when we find a little bit more balance and like, you know, meditation, pranayama, breathing techniques, etc. That like is so powerful, and it doesn't even take that long. So all that to say, Virgo, take care of yourself this week. Thank you so much for your time, energy. Always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I would love to hear, or say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.